Good evening and welcome to the Island Stats Cricket Show. I'm your host, Earl Baston. Joining me is co-host Andre Doc Mendes. Well, Doc, we've seen a lot of runs put on the board this weekend. Let me just quickly run down the scores. I'll also give you the total amount of runs scored in each game. So we'll start with the Premier Division. St. David's Cricket Club won by 8 wickets over Cleveland County. Cleveland County scored 208 all out. And St. David's Cricket Club scored 209 for 2. That was a total of 417 runs combined. Bailey's Bay won by 108 runs over Willicox. Bailey's Bay scored 338 for 6. And then bowled Willicox out for 230. That total was 568 runs. St. George's Cricket Club won by 136 runs over the Somerset Cricket Club. St. George's scored 384 for 5. And then restricted the Somerset Cricket Club to 248 for 7. The total in that match was 632 runs. In First Division, Warwick Workmen's won by 108 runs over Flats Victoria. Warwick scored 283 for 9. Flats were bowled out for 175, a total of 458 runs in that match. Devonshire Recreation Club won by 133 runs over PHC. Devonshire Recreation Club scored 331 for 7, and then bowled PHC out for 198. The total in that match was 529. The Bermuda Under-19 team won by 118 runs over Southampton Rangers yesterday. The Bermuda Under-19 team scored 302, and then bowled Southampton Rangers out for 184, a total of 486 runs. There were a number of centuries this weekend as well. Coming in, starting with yesterday's match in the under-19s, they had Jamal Proctor scored 109, and Zakayo Hunt scored 107. And then today, George O'Brien scored 119 not out for Devonshire Recreation Club. Marcus Scotland scored 114 before retiring, hurt for St. David's. Taryn Frey scored 108 for Bailey's Bay. Jonte Smith scored 107 for St. George's Cricket Club. So plenty of runs, plenty. I don't know what to say, Doc. What's your thoughts?
Well, you can see now that the wickets are getting much better now. Early in the season, they was a little softer. Now, getting a little bit of rain and the sun now is baking them out. So the wickets are getting better. And even though it's early in the season, I think most players it's probably been in the nets, training, and this is now we see all the centuries coming, basically because maybe like I said, the conditions of the pitches.
Okay, well, let's get started with the Cleveland County St. David's Cricket Club game. St. David's, as we know now, move on to 2-0 after defeating St. George's last week. They remain undefeated. Cleveland County was bowled out for 208. Top scorer Dion Stubble on 84. He scored his runs off of 80 balls, hitting 14 fours. Derek Bregman was the pick of the St. David's bowlers. 10 overs, 1 maiden, 4 for 46. And then in reply, St. David's scored 209 for 2. Marcus Scotland was the top scorer, 114 before retiring hurt. He faced 94 balls, hitting 16 fours and 2 sixes. He shared a 122-run first wicket partnership with Dean Simons, who scored 40, and then he shared a 63-run second wicket partnership before retiring hurt with O.J. Pitcher. Tamori Taka was the pick of the Cleveland bowlers, 3 overs, 1 for 21. Doc, what do you think is the turn for St. David's? Because you don't see, the only new player is Marcus Scotland, but it was 2 different teams last year. Last year and this year, wouldn't you agree?
Oh yeah, much different. Derek's captain now. I talked to Ricky early in the season, and from what I gather from him, he said the guys have been backing Derek as captain. The team is they've been training hard, so it's a big turnaround for him. Other than that, like you said, Marcus played a few games with him last year, and so you could see that. They turned it around quickly. They beat in the last 2 games. They beat St. George's. Now they thrashed Cleveland. So and it's nice to see Marcus, finally get some runs. And that was basically a good 100 for him to win that match comfortably. And of course, you got Dean Simons, who scored a century last week, got 40 odd again. So they got a good start. Once you got a good start like that, there takes a lot of pressure off the middle order batsman. So yeah, St. Davis is looking pretty good this season.
Sure. And then let's quickly jump into that. At Baylis Bay, picking up their first win of the season over Willicott, 108-run victory. Batting first, Baylis Bay scored 338 for 6 in their 50 overs. Terran Frey, the top scorer, on 108. His runs came off 123 balls, hitting 13 fours and a 6. He shared a 116-run third-wicket partnership with Dalray Rollins, who scored 69. And then he shared an 111-run fourth-wicket partnership with Stephen Otterbridge, who scored 70. Antonio Darrow was to pick up the Willicott's bowlers with figures of 9 overs, 3 for 73. And then in reply, Willicott were bowled out for 230. Kamal Bashir was the top scorer with 71. His runs came off of 94 balls. He hit 11 fours and a 6. Rollins was the pick of the Baylis Bay bowlers, 9.4 overs, 4 maidens, 4 for 21. So Baylis Bay finally get a win, albeit against Willicott, who didn't lie down. Willicott came back fighting. I mean, when you get a total of 338 put in you, and now it's your turn to bat, some teams seem to lay down, but Willicott didn't just lay down.
Like I said, the wickets getting, a lot of the wickets getting better. Guys are sitting up now and betting. All you need is, like I said, is 1 or 2 good partnerships with any team, and that takes a lot of pressure off, a lot of the batsmen. If you look at the runs that were scored in the Premier Division and the First Division, it was partnerships. The under 19 had a good partnership between Proctor and Luke Boy Hart on yesterday. There was a big partnership with St. George's. I think it was Dante and Onias, and then you got Stephen and Taryn, big partnership. So it's and then of course a partnership with St. Davis one too, the opening partnership. So right now, like I said, that's what you need in games. Once you get good partnerships, over 100-run partnerships in 50 over cricket, you're on your way for a big total.
Definitely. And then the battle of the 2 cut match clubs down at the Wellington Oval. St. George's Cricket Club won by 136 runs over the Somerset Cricket Club. St. George's batted first and scored 384 for 5. You had Jonte Smith scoring 107. His runs came off of 89 balls. He had 10 fours and 6 sixes. He shared a 113-run partnership with Onias Bascom, who scored 57. Dominique Sabir was the pick of the Somerset Cricket Club bowlers, 10 overs, 2 for 44. And then in reply, Somerset Cricket Club scored 248 for 7. Sabir was the top scorer on 87 not out when the inning came to an end. His runs came off of 63 balls. He hit 14 fours and a 6. And Zari Painter was the pick of the St. George's Cricket Club bowlers, 5 overs, 1 maiden, 2 for 21. St. George's, again, Doc, put up a big score. They put up a big score against St. David's last week, but unfortunately didn't win. But again, they're scoring over or close to 300 runs a game.
Yeah, like I said, they got a good batting lineup. If you look at their batting lineup, they basically got batsmen right from 1 to 10, 1 to 8 or 9, 10, 11. They got a pretty decent all-round team. Once you get, any of the top 3 or 4, you still got batsmen right, they're coming right on to the end. If you look at the total today, and that partnership, and then you got Zico coming in hitting a quick fire 40, to take. But like you said, they're scoring a lot of runs. So and that scored. It seemed like they've always been the toss and bet. I mean, that's I've been betting most of the games that I've been winning. Most of the games I played, I've been betting first. So they feel confident betting first. So. That's not a big total from them. Actually, it's a big total from a few teams. If you look at it, Bay and St. St. Davis too. So the runs are starting to come now. So it'd be interesting to see now how the bowlers do in the games coming up. It looked like a lot of the bowlers have been, and that's probably because not bowling a good line and length. You got to get the areas right, bowling, and and that comes from bowling in one side of the field. So I haven't been seeing too many matches, but saw a couple of first division game today, and the games that I did see, guys are bowling to two sides of the field, which is hard for a captain to set a field. Especially when you got partnerships going. So I think right now the batsmen starting to be atop of the bowling, and you will get that from time to time. Early in the season, the bowlers wasn't doing too bad in a few of the matches, but now, like I said, as the games go on, gets the warmer, it gets the sun's coming out big in the wickets. You probably see a couple more big totals, unless these bowlers start building good line and length and build to the field placement.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah. Well, we're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, we'll look at those first division matches you were just talking about. We'll be right back.
Putting down the weapons.
You seeing this? Better Than Bouillon is an oft-featured organic food producer who believes that great recipes begin with great ingredients. This judiciously named brand is aimed directly at the primary stages of meal preparation in the kitchen, replacing traditional bouillon cubes and the like with bases made from organically produced meat and vegetables, resulting in a higher level of purity and a more robust flavor. This month we're featuring Better Than Bouillon organic bases, made with roasted beef or chicken or seasoned vegetables. Lindo's, why go anyplace else?
How you doing? It's Coach Bascom here. Listen, I just want to introduce, to let you know that, guess what? Oh yeah, I've been endorsing salt. Now, you know what this is for, right? Yep. Smelly shoes. Those days that you're coming back from training, sneakers. Yep. You start, you're sitting them in your house, you got them in your room, and you got them in your closet, and you're getting that smell come through. Well, this is what it's for. Excited about it, excited to promote because I believe it, because I know when I was playing outdoors especially, this is definitely what I needed. Hey, even look at the packaging. Very, very professional company, done on so much work, with the material, with the bag. Listen, I'm excited about it. Glad to be a partner with them. Glad to be endorsing this product. Yeah. And here we go. Get your bag.
And welcome back. Well, Doc, let's take a look at those first division matches. We started with yesterday's under 19 match against Southampton Rangers. They won by 118 runs. Batting first, the Bermuda under 19 team was billed out for 302. Jamal Proctor was the top scorer with 109. He faced 95 balls, hitting 18 fours, while his teammate, Zakayo Hunt, scored 107 off 119 balls, including 9 fours and 2 sixes. Dante Brangman was the pick of the Southampton Rangers bowlers, 8.4 overs, 3 for 58. And then in reply, Southampton Rangers were bowled out for 184. Nakori Smith was the top scorer with 42, while Luke Horan was the pick of the under-19 bowlers with 10 overs, 3 for 40. After last week's win for the under-19s, I just think it built a lot of confidence in them, and it kind of showed.
Oh yeah. Well, those guys was only a matter of time. They got the bulk of they got pretty soon they have the bulk of the players back from overseas. I think Zary
Hmm.
Tomlinson played um on
Yeah.
Saturday too. So his back now. Proctor's been playing. Um, there's one or two other faces. The boy Dylan from PAT, he's started to play now, and then Luke Horan.
Hmm.
So both of the players is coming back.
Yeah.
So that's improving the overall team. Bet number, and so hopefully they'll do a lot better than the previous games I've been seeing with the under 19. So like I said, that's coming and they're beating some of the top teams like Warwick, and then
Yeah. Work last week.
yesterday
Yeah.
Rangers.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's looking pretty good for the under 19s, and I want to also give my condolences to Russell Richardson, who is the under 19. He's done a lot of work with the under 19 when I was helping the
Yes.
under
Yes.
19s. He was passed away to the Richardson family, and it's nice to see the boys
Yes, indeed.
go out there and do it for him. So that was
Mhm.
much appreciated from them.
Yes, definitely. Well, on to today's matches. Warwick Workmen's won by 108 runs over Flats Victoria. Warwick scored 283. Zuri Tomlinson was the top scorer on 91. He got run out on 91. His runs came off 140 balls. He hit 7 fours. He shared a 104-run third wicket partnership with captain Stephen Dill, who added 61. Shane Robinson was the pick of the Flats Victoria bowlers with 8 overs, 2 for 43. And then in reply, Flats will be billed out for 117. Jan Johan Nell was the top scorer with 64, which came off of 58 balls, hitting 9 fours and 3 sixes. Marcus Johnson was the pick of the Warwick Workmen's bowlers. He returned figures of 9 overs, 1 maiden, 3 for 32. So it was good to see Warwick bounce back from that defeat that they had last week to the under 19s, and kind of put things together. Zuri showed his class. I watched a bit of his inning. Not trying to play outside of what he's capable of doing. He played within himself a lot, and the skipper kind of helped him along in just constantly talking to him and helping him through his inning.
Yeah, it's good. And then you look at his innings. He got 91, but he batted a long time. He batted 140 something balls, so that was a very patient innings from him.
Yeah,
And that's probably because
Mhm.
just coming back from the UK, getting used to the wickets, the bunts and the pace of the wickets. So it took him a little while. I see it was yesterday. He didn't get too much runs. Maybe he probably thought today that he's probably trying to stay there and bet and look. I mean, sometimes it's difficult coming back from the UK or anywhere else playing and betting on our pitches. So I think Stefan done a good job talking to him with not 101 not 101 partnership. So and then that if
Right.
you look at all the partnerships, all the teams from the Premier, like I said, from the Premier Division and First Division who got partnerships scored over 200 runs. So
Right.
that's a good that's a good comeback by Warwick after losing last week to the under 19s.
Right.
It's going to be close in
Yeah.
the First Division, anyways. That it's going to be close for the 50 overs all the way to the end of the season. Like I could see they're going to be all the teams will be battling to. There's only 2 places, so it's
Yeah.
going to be it should be a good season for the First Division promotion.
Yeah, definitely. Because everybody thought that Warwick and PHC were going to run away with it. Now both of them have tasted defeat.
Yeah.
So should be very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then at the Devonshire Recreation Club defeated PHC by 133 runs. Devonshire Recreation Club scored 331 for 7. George O'Brien was the top scorer with 119 not out. He faced 90 balls. He hit 16 fours and 5 sixes. He did share a 141-run fourth wicket partnership with Durande Bascom, who scored 49. So that kind of put the game out of PHC's way. Darian Gibbons was the pick of the PHC bowlers with figures of 10 overs, 3 maidens, 4 for 35. And then in reply, PHC will build out for 198. Ori Wilson was the top scorer with 49. Jazade Samuels led the Devonshire Recreation Club bowlers with figures of 8.4 overs, 6 wickets for 46 runs. So it's nice to see Devonshire Recreation Club putting it together. They've had a rocky start, but they kind of put this one together against a team who came in undefeated in PHC.
Yep, I tell you, like I said, any one of those teams could beat any one of those teams could beat anybody, in that division anytime, just depending on the day. With Devonshire Rec, picking up George O'Brien now, that's a beat at it, plus with them. And I've been driving across the Rec, and I've been training pretty hard. I've been using the wicket training on it, which helps, training on a wicket, and then you're playing it on the Sunday. It's cool for them. So, Rec, they started, like I said, they started off slowly. If you wasn't sure if they was gonna have a team or a pitch, but now they picked up a few. They picked up a few players. And now look at them now. So
if you close your eyes and start naming off names, you think it's St. David's playing and Kermit Cannoneer.
Yeah.
Dronde Bascom, George O'Brien, Blue Pitcher. You still,
you got a few others. And Rudolph too. And you also got a St. David's person that's doing the wicket. Rare. So it's good for the game. It's nice to see Rec, back, with a team and competing, So like I said, it's just making that first division a lot stronger. PH's lost their first game, so they got to go back to the drawing board. Wark lost that one last week, so it's going to be a topsy-turvy between those three. And CO can't count out Somerset Bridge and Flats, even though Flats is still, hasn't had no victory yet, but you never know, and the predict, what's gonna happen with Flats either. Maybe they got some players coming back too, so you never know. Soon, it's not a couple of weeks. I'm sure they got some overseas guys that are in school that probably be coming back, strengthening them up too. So it's going to be very interesting in the first division.
Okay, all right. We're going to take our second commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about the player of the week, as we'll give you the breakdown of players who performed this past weekend. We'll be right back.
How you doing? It's Coach Bascom here. Listen, I just want to introduce, to let you know that, guess what? Oh yeah, I've been Dawson Salt. Now, you know what this is for, right? Yep. Smelly shoes. Those days that you're coming back from training, sneakers. Yep. You start, you're sitting them in your house, you got them in your room, and you got them in your closet, and you're getting that smell come through. Well, this is what it's for. Excited about it. Excited to promote because I believe in it. Because I know when I was outdoors, especially, this is definitely what I needed. Hey, even look at the packaging. Very, very professional company. Done on so much work. Yeah, with the material, with the bag. Listen, I'm excited about it. Glad to be a partner with them. Glad to be endorsing this product. Yeah. And here we go. Get your bag.
Putting down the weapons.
You seeing this?
Welch's, makers of the world's best-known Concord grape juice, have been based in Concord, Massachusetts since halfway through the 19th century. We've often featured this unique beverage due to its impressive health benefits and bold, unmistakable flavor. Welch's has gone on to diversify their range over the years, successfully launching many new juice-powered products designed for refreshment and flavor. With the imminent holiday season in mind, we're featuring Welch's Sparkling Grape Juices, the ideal non-alcoholic party refreshers brought to us by John Barrett & Son Limited. Lindo's, why go anyplace else?
And welcome back. Well, let me just give you some highlights, Doc. You had in the St. David's Cleveland game, you had Dion Stubble scoring 84. You had Derek Bregman picking up 4 wickets for 46 runs. And then in the St. David's innings, you had that 114 from Marcus Scotland. No one really in the bowling department. So those were the highlights in that match. In the Bailey's Bay Willowcutts match, you had in the Bailey's Bay inning, you had 108 from Karen Frey, 69 from Dowray Rollins, 70 from Stephen Otterbridge. In the bowling department, you had 3 wickets for 73, Antonio Darrow. And then in the inning for Willowcutts, they got 71 from Kamal Bashir, 67 not out from Kevin Fubler. And then Dowray taking 4 wickets for 21 off of 9.4. That included 4 maidens. And Nairobi Carmichael, 10 overs, 1 maiden, 4 for 35. So it was a good all-round performance from Dowray in that, with both bat and ball getting amongst the runs and the wickets. And then in the St. George's Somerset match, St. George's got 107 from John Tay Smith, 56 from Orunde Bascom, and 57 from Onias Bascom. Mackay Simmons got 49 before being bowled out. As you would mention, Zico Burgess got 43 from 17 bowls. In the bowling department, Dominic Sabir, 2 for 44. Al-J. Richardson, 2 for 58. And then in the Somerset inning, we had Dominic Sabir scoring that 87 not out. Jamal Proctor continuing his good weekend. He scored 51, opening up the inning for Somerset. In the bowling department, Anzari Painter, Clay Darrow, and Shakai Darrow all claimed 2 wickets each. In the Workman Flats match, we know that Zuri Tomlinson scored 91. They got 61 from Stephen Dill. 2 wickets for Shane Robinson, 2 wickets for Nelson Bascom. And then in reply, we had 64 from Jan Johan Now. He was kind of the only one that got across the line there. In the bowling department, you had Marcus Johnson taking 3 for 32. And then in the Devonshire Recreation Club match against PHC, we had that 119 from George O'Brien, 68 from Dean Richards, and 48 from Druande Bascom. In the bowling department, Darian Gibbons took 4 for 35 off of 10. That included 3 maidens. And then in the PHC inning, top scorer was Ori Wilson on 49. You had 6 for 46 from 8.4 overs for Jazade Samuels. And George O'Brien followed up that 119 with 2 wickets for 41 off of 9. So, Doc, 2 players with top scores and also amongst the runs in Dowray and George O'Brien. George O'Brien had a match-winning 119 not out and then took 2 wickets. Dowray took 4 wickets, also getting 69. But we can't overlook the performance of Jamal Proctor. He scored a total of 160 runs in 2 innings over the weekend, at 108 and then 51. You can't overlook that, or 109 and 51. Who stood out for you?
Well, I was a few that stood out, and also you can this guy Marcus Scotland too. He scored a brilliant 114 too. Then you got John Tay of 100. But for the all-round thing, and of course I got George O'Brien for all-rounder too, 119 and 2 wickets, and he came in with a pair where Devonshire Rock was in a period of trouble. They got that partnership between him and Durande. And then, of course, like I said, Proctor scoring 100 yesterday, and then following up with 50. I don't know how much wickets he got. I didn't check the stats for his Berlin, but he scored a lot of runs. So
yes.
I know he got 1 wicket today. But I didn't check his Berlin from yesterday. But yeah, so it's a toss up between them. It's
he didn't get the wickets today. He didn't get the wickets today. He gave up 69 over 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like you said,
let me just quickly check that. Let me just quickly check yesterday's, because it would be important to check to see what runs he got. I mean, what wickets, if he got any wickets yesterday.
You even got Terrence 100. You got Yalray's all-round performance. Yeah. So it's
right.
It's a lot to choose from this weekend.
Proctor didn't get any wickets yesterday. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, to tell you the truth, I'm torn between the 3 that's been mentioned. I'm torn between George O'Brien, Yalray, and Marcus Scotland. Actually, let me just check something. John Tay bowled. Did he bowl? No, he didn't bowl. He didn't bowl at all.
He didn't.
Okay.
All right.
So I'm actually leaning towards George O'Brien.
Okay. I was thinking the same way, because like I said, his first game back. I know it's first division, but we still, we still have to pick a player, and that all-round performance there, I think, giving PAT their first loss too. So, you can't really overlook that performance from him.
Yeah.
Like I said, I got to give kudos to Marcus too, because that set the stage for that good victory against Cleveland too. That 114 what he got, and then like I said, with Yalray's overperformed, Yalray's too. But I think George stands out more.
Yeah. I mean, like when he went in, they were 4 down.
I think there was. I can't remember. 4 down.
470 was
70 or 80 or something like that. 84, yeah.
Yeah, 84. Yeah.
And those 2 put on that 100-run partnership.
Right. Yeah, and he would have batted from the 19th over until he got out. He didn't get out. He batted in the 20th over. In the 20th over, so he batted 30 overs for those runs to see Rackers get a total of 331. So and again, you're not taking anything away from Marcus, John Tate, Jamal, all the guys that scored centuries, all the guys that contributed to their teams. Getting over the line. But if you look at what George was able to produce today for Devonshire Recreation Club, was a match-winning performance, and that's why I picked him as the player of the week.
That's one of my things too. It was match performance. But if you look at the other ones, these guys did get help from other players, even though he got help too from the one day. But I think with his performance, like betting and getting a not out and getting 2 wickets, that stands out for me too.
Definitely. All right, Doc. Well, I want to thank you for joining. I know you have another engagement, so we'll let you go, and we'll wrap up this edition of the Island Style Cricket Show. We'll be back next week, and hopefully more runs on the board, more centuries, more wickets.
Yeah, hope so. And and like I said, it's the season's still early in the season, so a lot of players is still looking to get informed. A lot of players looking to to make some runs and get wickets. So hopefully now they see this from the players in the first division, youngsters getting centuries, and the like 5 in the Premier, 4 or 5 in the Premier. I'm sure a lot of the other players now be, licking their lips now to get on one of these wickets so they could get some runs too.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
All right, partner. Thank you very much, folks. Enjoy the rest of your night.
See you next time. You too. All right.
Mate.